Howdy, welcome back to a brand new video. Well, folks, not gonna lie, it's been a roller coaster, okay? So first off, I would like to say a massive thank you to everyone for the amazing support on my previous video about primary debilitate, and your feedback has been incredible, and I'm gonna do my absolute best to post and bring top-notch high quality content. And I do appreciate the few comments that has pointed out a few mistakes that I've made in my wording when it comes to double and triple dipping and what have you with the mods. However, I'm not gonna stay that much longer the past because of today's video. So on today's video, and I've seen a lot of people post videos, but I'm gonna make it a little bit different. I'm gonna showcase a level cap Bubonico, the new Coda Bubonico, I should say, rather, against the vocab disruption units, specifically the Demolist, because they're quite tanky. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the little new intro that I've made, and yeah, let's get into today's build, shall we? The Coda Bubonico. One, if not one of the best weapons in the game currently because of how ridiculously strong it is. So, before I go into the build and everything, I just want to make one thing clear. I'm a simple man, okay? I don't like switching out and micromanaging faction mods, because there's gonna be like a 50-50 chance, or 25% chance if you want to be very accurate, of someone using war or nourish or some kind of damage buff in your team. Me personally, I love using roar. Roar is just amazing, so keep that in mind. I don't really make builds for faction mods. I don't use those types of stuff. So I think that's just one thing that we should get clear of my channel, is that I don't use faction mods, not just for videos, but in general. I'm not that type of person. I'm a simple dude when it comes to making videos, builds, or whatever have you. So I'm gonna start with the 3 builds that I have currently for my Bubonico. So let's get into the build. Oh, before we do that, actually, I would rather say let's get into the basic stats of this weapon. So it's an amazing weapon. Yeah, it is just so amazing. But before we go into the stats itself, let's read what it says. With increased magazine size, the Coda Bubonico was born of the technocyte virus that spreads infection, and the primary fire rate ramps up with continuous fire. In other words, this thing has built-in fire rate, so having to mod for extra fire rate is welcome, but it's not really worth doing. I would rather have more magazine capacity to actually make it even better and kind of make it a little bit of a synergy. Anyways, so the element that I've chosen or chose was magnetic, because magnetic is basically viral, but for enemies with a lot of overguard or shields. That's basically it. And also, with the Coda Bubonico, the ult fire gives viral damage, so just a little heads up. So if we come down here to the basic mod, not the stats, I mean, you can clearly see it does have inherit toxin slash puncture and impact, or what other people call this is IPS, impact puncture slash. But for today's video, specifically for the level cap run, we'll be focusing on slash. I know a lot of people say that slash has fallen off, which is true. It is absolutely true, but slash is still good. Okay? Don't think it's bad as it's good because it ignores, as you guys can read there, it says slash temporarily ignores the target's armor and causes them to bleed over time for extra damage. DOT, damage over time. Same thing, let me just go back. Same thing could be basically said for Toxin. Toxin ignores shields as well. It literally says it bypasses shields, but yeah. And you can read other information there. So that's the whole gimmick of when it comes to the stats of the normal Bubonico against the Coda version. The Coda version just has better stats overall. It's basically the same thing, but just better. Okay, and the fact that you can have your own inherent element, it makes it even funnier in terms of damage. With that settled, let's get into the build. So, I have 3 builds. Yes, I have a Revenant. Before someone comes down my throat, Sims, if you know, why are you using this? This is just a flex slot. Imagine this doesn't exist. You can equip faction mods, you can use anything. But because I have a Revenant, I'm gonna use it. And also, I'm not that bothered with faction mods because they do more than enough damage to kill anything and everything. So, okay, with that settled, let's get into the first build. I'm running a corrosive electricity setup with the main damage doing corrosive, magnetic / impact IPS, and you're probably wondering why I have shotgun elementalist. Is because I want more magazine size, and also the more magazine capacity you have, the more fire rate you will get at the end of the day, which is more upfront damage, and you don't have to wait to reload or anything like that. And then when it comes down to the priming of this weapon, when you press the alt fire, you will do viral damage, electricity, and magnetic. And because you're priming them with electricity, it's gonna help us with electricity damage. And also because this weapon has slash, it will also help that a little bit. So it's gonna essentially double dip. If you use roar, it will triple dip in damage when it comes to the elements themselves. That's the first build. Here's the unique effect. It's kind of a lot of people that plays this game or know about the Bubonico, I should say, knows that the Bubonico, regardless if it's the normal or the Coda version, it's so good. Okay, so for the gas, this is a gassy heat setup. Again, we're gonna it's basically the same build, just switch the elements and it gives you us a different playstyle, makes it a little bit more interesting. So instead of corrosive, we will have gas. A lot of people don't like gas, but gas is actually very fun. So gas is gonna essentially double dip with this mod, because it says that damage dealt by slash heat, electricity, whatever, including gas, it will do more damage for that specific element. And slash is still on this because it's built in as part of the stats. And then we have heat down here. If you press the alt fire to prime the enemies with heat, we will essentially do heat damage as well and counts towards that as well. Very, very fun. Okay, basically the same setup. I'm using Galvanized acceleration because I want my projectiles to be super fast. I don't want to shoot slow. Okay, so when it comes to the level cap build, I'm not going to use any element. Toxin's built in, obviously, but I'm going to be focusing on slash, and this is more aimed towards level cap disruption. Okay, it will double dip on slash, and it will double dip in Toxin as well. Again, you don't have to use this Revenant, use a faction mod, please. If you're that micromanaging type of person, use a either more status or faction mode, whatever have you. This is a flex slot. So that's the build. That's the builds basically. And I went for primary merciless to have more base damage and to reload faster. Because yeah. So question is, what Warframe would you use this? Honestly, anything. This you can, of course, use different arcanes to make it even better or more fun, whatever have you. You can even use this shotgun vendetta to get more multi-shot and reload faster. And then you can, instead of using primary merciless, you can just switch the Revenant out for prime point blank and use shotgun vendetta. That's also one way of doing it. But for today's video, I'm gonna use Revenant for the level cap disruption showcase. It's not a fancy build. It's pretty. I wouldn't say it's mediocre, but it's a lot of strength and a lot of stuff. So I'm using Arcane Expertise simply because if I forget to recast my Mesmer skin, I'm sorry, I do forget sometimes. So do excuse me on that part, but it's fine. So yeah, that's what I use. I use a bit of duration simply for his first ability, and then on his fourth ability I have Roar, and because I have Precision Intensify, it's gonna boost the Roar quite a bit, by 123% more damage. That's what I use. And for the Archon shards, I'll be using 2 purple shards for the equilibrium effect and strength and just the casting speed. You can of course use anything. You can use green shards, you can use anything, but for this simple showcase, this is what I'll be using. That's that. That's basically the setup for Revenant. You can basically use any other arcane. You can use something else. I'm just using this to have more shields because I do forget sometimes, as I said. Now, in terms of what companion to use or what I'll be using, okay, not you, me, okay. I'm not really. The only time when I use Gordon is for specific setups or things that I need. But for this, it's not really gonna be needed. I'm gonna use this instead. This is the build that I'll be using. This is gonna help me with my energy and also help my primary weapon to reload as well. So pretty nice. More fire rate, because why not? In terms of what companion weapon I'm gonna use the prime laser rifle. This is a high-tech build, not needed. You can use any, instead of the Riven, just use a normal critical chance mod. It will give you 50%, which is the exact amount that you need to reach for Tenacious Bond to trigger. So yeah, that's that. Instead of using viral heat, I'm probably gonna use viral corrosive heat, because I have viral built in my Bubonico. So trying to get more viral is stupid if my companion or if my weapon can do that already. And to slow down the enemies, I'm gonna be using the Epitaph as well. Also, it will proc viral and heat. Heat will actually be beneficial for the Elementalist mod. It's gonna helping double tip with heat damage as well. That's the build. I use this for dodge speed, and that's just for more coverage for my secondary fortify to get overguard, but it's not needed. This is a general build, not just for Revenant specifically. For my melee, I'm not going to use any melee for damage. I'll rather have a stat stick, basic stat stick. Does a job wonderfully. This is the evolutions. That's that. I'm gonna be using Matter Eye. And yeah, that's the basic setup. That's a basic setup. I'm a simple man. I cannot help myself. But yeah, this is what I'll be using in the little level cap disruption gameplay. Hope you guys enjoy it, because I will have to sit there for a little bit before I reach level cap. But hope you guys enjoy it. And again, my Discord will be in the description, and thank you so much for everyone's views, likes, comments. I appreciate it, and I'm using that to better myself in terms of, using the correct wording or terminology for specific stuff, mechanics in the game. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy the little showcase, and see ya. Alrighty folks, we are officially at level 9999999. Yeah, the the Coda Bubonico, it's strong. Yeah, it's really strong. I do like it. I'm gonna show you guys how it performs against the demo person. Very easy. I'm having a time of my life. I will do a full round of disruption just for you guys on video, killing 99999 enemies very easily. It's really fun. I do like this gun. I would really recommend playing with this weapon. It's a very strong weapon. And yeah, I mean, this is level cap. It's not worth. I mean, you can take this weapon to any level, but you're not going to do level cap every day. So yeah, it depends on you. What do you like? Okay, let's take to this white conduit. And see, it's like DOT, it's very strong. Slash, even though Slash has been nerfed kinda, it still holds. It still holds. And that was without roar. So we apply roar. A lot better. It's really fun. I would really recommend you guys try the Coda Bubonico. The mesh rank requirements, mesh rank 17. I think at that level you will have more or less an idea how to mod and everything basically. But yeah, it's really fun. As you guys can see, it's just that good. Is it as good as an Archon? Very close. I would argue and say it's very close. We have a acolyte as well. Let's showcase how it performs against an acolyte. Even on level cap, it melts. Not surprising at all. It's really fun, guys. I would really recommend you guys try the Coda Bubonico. And still the same build, still the same everything that I showed earlier. Yeah, and I figured instead of playing very cringe songs at the end of a video, I'd rather discuss it as I'm playing with it. Let's see. Boom. Level cap. Ooh, so difficult. Okay, but to be fair, I'm using Revenant, but we don't speak of it. It's the blue key. And I haven't really done a double cap run like this in a while. It's refreshing, I like it. But I'm not gonna do level cap every single day. This is really nice. Let's see. See? Easy money. And this is without using any faction mods because I don't like them. I don't think a lot of people like faction mods, to be honest. Look at that. Look at those DOTs, man. Beautiful. And this gives me a great opportunity to use my Tower and Strike as well. Use roar, find the enemy, left. Boom, easy money. And one thing to keep in consideration is that you should always try and keep at least some of your stacks up at all times, because there were times where I forgot to have it up and I didn't do as much damage, but it still does a good amount of damage regardless. Oh, it does kill level cap enemies, surprisingly. Not bad. Okay, let's scan these guys for standings. Daily affinity reached. But yeah, I would really recommend the Coda Bubonico. Since we've reached level cap officially, let's go to the extraction. Don't mind the time of me doing this option. I was AFK at some points during the run. Yeah, I would honestly say try the Coda Bubonico, try the builds that I've shown, and yeah, I mean I did get quite a bit of action relics. Yeah, this was a 4-hour run, but I was AFK most of the time, so it doesn't count. Wink wink. Got a good amount of steel essence. This was a very fun run, in my opinion. Let's see. So this is the rewards we got. We killed around 3,000 enemies, 184 demo list. Yeah, it didn't struggle at all, to be honest. The Coda Bubonico, even with the Coda variant, it's still good. One thing to mention or recommendation I'll give is that instead of using the Revenant and you don't want to run a faction mod, use Prime Point Blank or the normal version, and then instead of this, maybe run this for more multi-shot, and that's it. Do hope you guys enjoyed the video again. Yeah, this is Swifty signing out.